Hi everyone, my name is Eren and I'm a first year occupational therapy student at Midwestern University, and today I'm going to show you my occupational base kit. What I chose was meal preparation, specifically pancake mix. I'm going to show you all the components of my kit and how I'm planning to use it. Just the ingredients that I'm going to use for the pancakes. And I have some milk right here, and I have my flour. So for my flour, I chose brown rice flour, but I think oat flour could be great. And the reason why I chose this specific ingredient is because if I'm trying to work with a client that needs some advice on making healthier choices, or if I'm trying to educate him on how to make his favorite or her favorite foods, but just like a healthier version of them, I think this will be a great idea just to kind of like implement that healthy style living and healthy choices type thing. The components of my actual kit. So here's where we're gonna be like cooking our pancakes on. And of course I have a bowl. So I just chose like, it's kind of like a very light bowl, and the reason why I chose this specific type bowl is because it has like a little ridge to it. I don't know if you guys can see it. But I think for someone who's having trouble with some like motor skills, especially fine motor skills like gripping and coordinating those like fine little muscles like in the hand, like this would be probably easier for them to manipulate. And maybe like if they bend over, like if they reach to like grab the bowl, they could just stick their fingers like underneath it, I don't know if you can see, and bring the bowl like towards them. So that's why I chose this specific type bowl. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's actually very light, and it's easier to manage. Now I have a measuring cup. So I chose a big measuring cup just because it's a little bit easier to handle, and also it's very light. So the properties of this object, it doesn't have like much texture to it, but it's very light. And why I chose a light one, it's because if I'm working with someone that maybe doesn't have as much like muscle power or muscle strength, like this is going to be easier for them to manage and to kind of like get a hold like to it. Also it has this little like lever thing to it, which I thought it was pretty useful. Going back again, like if I'm working with someone who doesn't have like a lot of like mobility or a lot of those like fine like motor skills, like, or even like just motor skills like on their upper extremities, this could be great because it'll be easier for them to handle and work on that coordination. I also threw a couple of like little ones in here, and that's just because I don't know if you guys can see, but the tip of this measuring cups, it's made out of rubber. So if I need to stimulate someone with different textures, or for that touch like sensory motor skill, I could probably use this. They're a little bit smaller, so I could progress someone from the bigger measuring cup into the little one once they get better at it. I also included a scoop, and this is mainly for handling ingredients. So if I want someone to work on their coordination, like trying to coordinate like maybe grabbing or like opening, getting the flour from the box, scooping it out and putting it in the bowl, I think I'll be like using a lot of like skills, or my client will be using a lot of skills, like not only like fine motor skills, but also like joint mobility and some of the bending, reaching over, manipulating, coordinating, some calibration, knowing like how much they have to put, like how deep they have to dig into the flour to get the appropriate like amount. Some problem solving there too. I also included some whiskers to whisk the batter, and going back again to those motor skills, joint mobility. And what I like about this one's like the colors are very bright. So if I'm working maybe with someone of a younger age, and I think they could be attracted or stimuli better by going into some like visual cues, visual stimuli. Also the grips on this one, the texture is very different to this one. This one it's like a little rubbery, and this one it's a little bit heavier. So the same, like I could progress them, you know, starting with this one, and if their muscle strength is getting better, maybe move them towards this one. It's a spatula. Like if I need someone to work on those coordination, like movements and skills, they could develop those by, you know, holding onto the bowl and scraping with a spatula. The reason why I chose pancake making, because I think this kit could be used in a lot of different settings. I can use it for someone that maybe has some like physical disabilities, and maybe someone who's trying to like rehab from a stroke. I could use this kit to develop those like skills on the side that it's the weaker side, or maybe just like someone who is like recovering from other like physical conditions, and just trying to be a person, just trying to be a little bit more independent. So I think this could also serve for a self-esteem booster. Like if the person is more independent, they probably feel like, you know, they're more efficient. Especially if they have kids. So it could also serve as a tool for a social role. Like if we're using this kit for a client who's a parent, this is a mom or a dad, and they need to like cook for their kids, or they just take care of somebody else, I think this could be great for that. Also, like if the person is like making the pancakes like standing or sitting, I could be looking at, you know, their functional mobility, like their balance, you know, some of those like physical characteristics. It could be also used for someone someone who suffers from like a mental illness, so maybe like depression or anxiety. Just help them like redirect those negative thoughts into just focusing on like following a recipe. Also, like on the cognitive side, I think this was probably great because it includes some problem solving. You have to like follow a recipe, right? You have to like read the ingredients. You have some sequencing. You have some timing that you have to follow. So it's a lot of like cognitive skills and like cognitive things that you have to use in order to just cook some pancakes. I think this could be used as well for some of the younger population. So if I'm trying to teach my client maybe some life skills, and for the future, if they want to learn how to cook, I think this could be just a great tool for any age, any population, any setting. So I hope you guys like it.